The exploration of ancient pyramids. The air hung heavy with dust and anticipation as Dr. Amara Hassan, an Egyptian archaeologist, stood before the Great Pyramid of Giza. Its limestone blocks, weathered by millennia, loomed under the relentless sun. The year was 2025, and her team had just received approval to use advanced ground-penetrating radar to probe the pyramid's mysteries. The goal: to uncover secrets about its chambers and construction, adding to humanity's understanding of one of the world's most enigmatic structures. The Great Pyramid of Giza, Scale and Structure. The Great Pyramid, built around 2630 BCE for Pharaoh Khufu, is the largest of the three pyramids on the Giza Plateau in Egypt. It originally stood at 146.6 meters, 481 feet, tall, with a base covering 13.1 acres, each side measuring approximately 230.4 meters, 755.9 feet. Constructed from roughly 2.3 million limestone and granite blocks, each weighing 2 to 50 tons, it was the tallest human-made structure for over 3,800 years. Its precision is staggering. The sides are aligned to the cardinal points with an accuracy of 0.05 degrees, and the base is level to within 2.1 centimeters. Explorations have revealed three main chambers within the Great Pyramid. The King's Chamber, located near the pyramid's center, is a rectangular room, 10.47 by 5.24 meters, lined with red granite, containing an empty sarcophagus. Above it, 5 relieving chambers distribute the weight of the overlying stone. The Queen's Chamber, smaller and also granite-lined, lies below, its purpose debated, possibly ceremonial or a misnomer, as no queen was buried there. Beneath the pyramid, an unfinished subterranean chamber, roughly hewn, may have been abandoned during construction. Narrow shafts extend from the King's and Queen's chambers, likely for ventilation or symbolic alignment with stars, though their exact purpose remains speculative. In 2017, the Scan Pyramids project used muon tomography to detect a large void above the Grand Gallery, dubbed the Big Void. Measuring at least 30 meters long, its function is unknown, sparking theories of additional chambers or structural support spaces. Dr. Hassan's team, equipped with upgraded radar, aimed to map this void's dimensions more precisely, hoping to determine if it held artifacts or was merely architectural. The Giza Complex and Egyptian Pyramids. The Great Pyramid is part of a complex including the pyramids of Khafra and Menkaure, smaller but still monumental. Khafra's pyramid, at 136.4 meters tall, features a partially intact limestone casing at its apex, while Menkaure's, at 65 meters, is the smallest of the trio. Both contain internal chambers. Khafra's has a single burial chamber, and Menkaure's includes a decorated chamber with niches. The Giza Plateau also hosts the Great Sphinx, a limestone statue 73 meters long, possibly representing Khafra. Egypt's pyramid-building era spanned the Old Kingdom, circa 2686 to 2181 BCE, to the Middle Kingdom, circa 2055 to 1650 BCE. Earlier pyramids, like Dos's Step Pyramid at Saqqara, circa 2670 BCE, evolved from mastaba tombs. At 62.5 meters tall, Dos's pyramid has a 6-stepped structure and a subterranean complex with tunnels and a burial chamber. The Bent Pyramid at Dasha, built for Sneferu, Khufu's father, shows a mid-construction angle change, likely due to structural concerns, standing at 104.7 meters. The nearby Red Pyramid, also Sneferu's, at 105 meters, is considered Egypt's first true smooth-sided pyramid. Over 100 pyramids have been identified in Egypt, mostly along the Nile. Many, like those at Abu Sir, are smaller and less preserved, built for later pharaohs. Excavations continue, with non-invasive technologies like infrared thermography revealing anomalies, such as potential hidden chambers in Tutankhamun's tomb in the Valley of the Kings, though not a pyramid. Pyramids beyond Egypt. Pyramids are not unique to Egypt. In Mesoamerica, the Pyramid of the Sun at Teotihuacan, Mexico, c. 200 CE, rises 65.5 meters with a base of 225 by 225 meters. Constructed from adobe and volcanic stone, it contains no known chambers but features a tunnel beneath, possibly for rituals. The nearby Pyramid of the Moon, at 43 meters, has a similar step design. Both were part of a ceremonial city, their purposes tied to cosmology rather than tombs. In Central America, the Maya built pyramids like El Castillo at Chichen Itza, c. 800 to 900 CE, a 30-meter-tall step pyramid with 91 steps per side, totaling 365 with the summit platform, reflecting a solar calendar. Excavations revealed an earlier pyramid within, containing a throne room. Tychel's Temple 4, at 70 meters, is among the tallest Maya structures, used for ceremonies and elite burials. In South America, Peru's Huaca del Sol, c. 50 CE, a Moshe adobe pyramid, originally stood 40 meters tall with a base of 340 by 160 meters. Partially destroyed by Spanish colonizers, it contained no chambers but served as a political and religious center. Caral, in Peru's Suc Valley, circa 2600 BCE, hosts some of the oldest known pyramids, flat-topped structures up to 20 meters high, predating Giza. In Sudan, the Nubian pyramids at Meroe, c. 800 BCE 350 CE, number over 250, built for kings and queens of the Kingdom of Kush. Smaller than Egyptian pyramids, 6 to 30 meters tall, they have steeper angles and simpler chambers, often looted. Recent excavations have uncovered offerings and skeletal remains, shedding light on Nubian culture. In China, the Maoling Mausoleum, c. 139 BCE, a truncated pyramid for Emperor Wu, measures 222 by 222 meters at its base and 40 meters high. Built from rammed earth, it likely contains unexcavated chambers. Other Han Dynasty pyramids exist, but access is restricted. Dr. Hassan's discovery. Back at Giza, Dr. Hassan's radar revealed a narrow passage leading from the Big Void, too small for human access but suggestive of a sealed compartment. Core samples extracted minute fragments of charcoal and bone, hinting at ritual offerings. Carbon dating placed them at 2600 BCE, aligning with the pyramid's construction. The team hypothesized the void might be a symbolic space, perhaps linked to the afterlife journey of Khufu, though no definitive artifacts were accessible. Comparing notes with colleagues studying Mesoamerican and Nubian pyramids, Dr. Hassan noted a universal theme: pyramids as cosmic connectors, aligning human realms with divine or celestial order. Each culture adapted the form to its needs: tombs in Egypt, temples in Mesoamerica, or administrative centers in Peru. Yet, their shared monumentality spoke to a human drive to transcend time. As the sun set over Giza, Dr. Hassan reflected on the pyramid's enduring mystery. Despite centuries of exploration, from Napoleon's savants to modern scanners, their full secrets remained elusive. The Great Pyramid, like its global counterparts, stood as a testament to human ambition, its chambers whispering stories only partially told. The exploration of ancient pyramids, unraveling construction and origins. Dr. Amara Hassan sat in her tent near the Giza Plateau, poring over data from the day's radar scans. The faint outline of the passage extending from the Great Pyramid's big void tantalized her team, but her thoughts drifted to a deeper question: how had the ancient Egyptians, with no modern machinery, erected such a colossal structure? As she reviewed historical records and recent studies, she considered not only the engineering of the Great Pyramid but also the possibility that its builders drew on knowledge from even older civilizations. How the pyramids were built, engineering the Great Pyramid. The Great Pyramid of Giza, constructed around 2630 BCE, required moving and placing 2.3 million stone blocks, some weighing up to 50 tons, with astonishing precision. Scholars have pieced together evidence from archaeological finds, ancient texts, and experimental archaeology to explain this feat. The primary material was limestone, quarried locally at Giza, with finer Jura limestone for the outer casing and granite for the king's chamber transported from Aswan, 800 kilometers south. Workers likely used sledges to haul stones across lubricated surfaces, as depicted in a relief from the tomb of Jehuti-Hotep, circa 1900 BCE, which shows workers pouring water to reduce friction. Copper tools, chisels, and dolerite hammers shaped the blocks, while levers and rollers aided placement. Ramps are the leading theory for lifting stones to higher levels. A straight ramp, extending outward from the pyramid, would have been feasible for lower levels but impractical as height increased due to the volume of material needed. A zigzagging ramp along the pyramid sides or an internal spiral ramp within the structure is more likely. In 2018, a 4,500-year-old ramp system with post holes for pulling stones was discovered at Hatnub Quarry, supporting the external ramp theory. Dr. Hassan's team speculated that internal ramps, possibly within the Grand Gallery, could explain the big void's purpose as a construction space. Labor was provided by a workforce of 20,000 to 40,000, not slaves as once thought, but skilled and seasonal workers. Excavations at the workers' village near Giza revealed bakeries, breweries, and medical facilities indicating well-fed and cared-for laborers. Hieroglyphic records suggest a rotating workforce drawn from across Egypt, motivated by religious duty and economic incentives. Differing theories on pyramid construction. While the ramp theory dominates, alternatives exist. French architect Jean-Pierre Houdin proposed an internal spiral ramp, supported by microgravimetry scans showing a spiral anomaly within the Great Pyramid. This would have allowed workers to build upward without massive external structures, with the big void potentially serving as a staging area. Another theory, less widely accepted, involves levers and counterweights. Engineer Chris Massey suggested a system of counterweights to hoist stones, inspired by ancient Egyptian shadoof irrigation devices. However, scaling this for 50-ton granite blocks remains speculative. Some fringe theories propose advanced technology, like acoustic levitation or lost machinery, but lack archaeological evidence. Mainstream Egyptologists dismiss these, citing the sophistication of known tools and organizational skills. Dr. Hassan, skeptical of exotic theories, noted that the Egyptians' mastery of geometry and logistics, evident in their alignment of the pyramid to true north, sufficed for the task. Potential pre-Egyptian civilizations and knowledge transfer. As Dr. Hassan reviewed global pyramid traditions, she pondered whether the Egyptians inherited knowledge from earlier civilizations. The concept isn't new. The Sumerians in Mesopotamia, circa 3500 to 2000 BCE, built ziggurats, stepped structures like the ziggurat of Ur, circa 2100 BCE, reaching 30 meters with mud brick cores. While serving religious purposes rather than tombs, their construction predates Egypt's pyramids and suggests early architectural exchange via trade routes. In Egypt, the Step Pyramid of Djoser, circa 2670 BCE, designed by Imhotep, evolved from mastaba tombs, flat-roofed structures from the early dynastic period, circa 3100 to 2686 BCE. This progression implies local development, but some speculate influence from older, undocumented cultures. The Caral Pyramids in Peru, circa 2600 BCE, contemporary with early Egyptian pyramids, raise questions about parallel development or shared knowledge. Caral structures, built with stone and shikra, woven bags filled with rocks, suggest independent innovation, as no evidence links South America to Egypt at that time. Controversial theories, like those of Graham Hancock, propose a lost advanced civilization predating Egypt, possibly 10,000 BCE, responsible for transmitting pyramid-building knowledge. Proponents point to Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, circa 9600 to 700 BCE, a site with T-shaped pillars and enclosures, as evidence of sophisticated pre-agricultural societies. However, no pyramids exist at Göbekli Tepe, and its structures differ vastly from Giza's. Dr. Hassan dismissed such claims, noting the lack of material evidence like tools or texts connecting pre-Egyptian civilizations to pyramid construction. Yet, anomalies like the Sphinx's erosion patterns, which some geologists attribute to heavy rainfall before 3000 BCE, fuel speculation about earlier Egyptian activity. Mainstream scholars counter that the Sphinx, dated to Khafra's reign, circa 2558 to 2532 BCE, aligns with known climatic conditions. Dr. Hassan leaned toward this view but admitted the possibility of undiscovered precursor cultures influencing Egypt's architectural leap. A new clue emerges. As the radar scans progressed, Dr. Hassan's team detected a small cavity near the Big Void, containing what appeared to be a sealed stone box. Non-invasive imaging suggested it held organic material, possibly papyrus or wooden tools. If recovered, it could reveal construction details or rituals, perhaps even mentioning earlier builders. The find echoed discoveries at other pyramids, like the cedar beams in the Bent Pyramid, dated to 2590 BCE, which confirmed long-distance trade. Dr. Hassan shared her findings with colleagues studying Mesoamerican pyramids, noting similarities in labor organization. The Mayas El Castillo, built with precise astronomical alignments, suggested a universal drive to encode cosmic knowledge in stone. Whether through trade, coincidence, or lost ancestors, pyramids worldwide reflected humanity's quest to bridge earth and sky. As night fell over Giza, Dr. Hassan gazed at the Great Pyramid's silhouette. Its construction, a blend of brute force and brilliance, stood as a testament to human ingenuity. Whether the Egyptians built on older knowledge or forged their path alone, the pyramids endured as monuments to a past still whispering its secrets. The exploration of ancient pyramids, power plants, subterranean secrets, and lost techniques. Dr. Amara Hassan's team worked late into the night, their camp aglow with the hum of laptops analyzing radar data from the Great Pyramid of Giza. The discovery of a sealed stone box near the Big Void had electrified the group, but as Dr. Hassan reviewed the scans, her mind wandered to a provocative theory whispered in academic circles and amplified online. Could the pyramids have functioned as ancient power plants? While she leaned toward conventional explanations, the idea sparked curiosity about what lay beneath the pyramid, how its polished casing stones were applied, and why modern engineering might struggle to replicate such a feat. The pyramid as a power plant, a fringe hypothesis. The notion that the Great Pyramid was a power plant, popularized by authors like Christopher Dunn, posits that it was designed to generate or harness energy rather than serve solely as a tomb. Proponents point to the pyramid's precise alignment, granite-lined chambers, and the piezoelectric properties of quartz in granite. They speculate that the king's chamber, with its granite resonating under pressure, could have amplified vibrations, perhaps channeling energy through the pyramid's structure. The shafts, aligned with celestial bodies, might have directed electromagnetic or cosmic energy, while the subterranean chamber could have interacted with underground water sources to create pressure or resonance. Dr. Hassan found the theory intriguing but unconvincing. No ancient texts or artifacts support an energy-generating function, and the pyramid's chambers align with funerary practices seen in other Egyptian tombs. The granite quartz could produce minor electrical charges under stress, but scaling this to a power plant lacks evidence. Still, she noted the pyramid's acoustic properties. Sound resonates powerfully in the king's chamber, prompting her to wonder if rituals involving sound played a role, even if not for energy production. Her team planned to test the big void's acoustics with low-frequency waves, hoping to clarify its purpose. What lies beneath the pyramids? The Great Pyramid's subterranean chamber, 30 meters below ground, is a rough-hewn, unfinished space, accessible via a narrow descending passage. Egyptologists believe it was abandoned during construction, possibly due to structural concerns or a shift in design. However, speculation persists about hidden chambers or tunnels beneath. In 2023, ground-penetrating radar suggested anomalies under the Giza Plateau, possibly natural voids or man-made structures. Dr. Hassan's scans hinted at a narrow passage extending from the subterranean chamber, potentially leading to an unexcavated cavity. Globally, subterranean features are common in pyramid complexes. In Teotihuacan, Mexico, a tunnel beneath the Pyramid of the Sun contains ritual offerings, suggesting a symbolic underworld connection. At Chichen Itza, a cenote, natural sinkhole, lies beneath El Castillo, likely sacred to the Maya. In Sudan's Meroe pyramids, substructures held burials and offerings. Dr. Hassan hypothesized that Giza's underground anomalies might contain tools, offerings, or even records of construction, preserved in sealed chambers. The stone box her team detected could be a clue, but accessing it without damaging the pyramid posed a challenge. The smooth casing stones, a polished facade. When completed, the Great Pyramid gleamed with polished Jura limestone casing stones, giving it a smooth, reflective surface. These stones, quarried 10 kilometers away across the Nile, were cut with such precision that joints were nearly invisible, some as tight as 0.5 millimeters. The casing sloped at 51.5 degrees, matching the pyramid's angle, and was polished to a mirror-like finish, as described by ancient Greek historian Herodotus. By the Middle Ages, most casing stones were removed for Cairo's construction, leaving the stepped core visible today, though some remain at the base and on Khufu's pyramid apex. Applying the casing required meticulous planning. Workers likely placed them from the bottom up, using ramps or levers, then polished them in situ with abrasive stones and sand. The process demanded skilled masons, as evidenced by inscriptions on some blocks, including work gang names. Dr. Hassan marveled at the labor. Each of the estimated 20,000 casing stones was cut, transported, and fitted with exacting care, transforming the pyramid into a beacon visible for miles. Transporting stones from afar. While most of the Great Pyramid's limestone came from local Giza quarries, the granite for the King's Chamber and relieving chambers traveled 800 kilometers from Aswan. These blocks, some weighing 50 tons, were likely floated down the Nile on barges during the annual flood season, when water levels eased transport. Archaeological evidence, including a 4.5-meter boat found near the pyramid, supports this method. At Giza, workers hauled the stones up ramps using sledges, ropes, and manpower, as shown in ancient reliefs. The logistics were daunting. The Diary of Mir, a 4,500-year-old papyrus, details a team transporting Jura limestone to Giza, describing organized crews and supply chains. Dr. Hassan noted similar feats in other cultures. The Moche in Peru moved massive adobe bricks without wheels, and the Maya hauled limestone over rugged terrain. The Egyptian success lay in their bureaucracy, coordinating thousands across vast distances. Why we couldn't build the pyramids today? Could modern engineers replicate the Great Pyramid? Technically, yes, but practical and economic barriers make it unlikely. Modern machinery, cranes, trucks, and precision tools could handle the construction, but the scale and precision would be costly. The Great Pyramid required 2.3 million blocks, cut and placed with sub-millimeter accuracy, over 10 to 20 years. Today, such a project would demand billions of dollars and a massive workforce, with no clear economic justification. The Egyptians' advantage was abundant labor and time. Their society mobilized thousands for a shared cultural goal, supported by a surplus economy. Modern constraints, labor costs, environmental regulations, and safety standards would complicate such an effort. Moreover, some techniques, like achieving the pyramid's near-perfect alignment to cardinal points without GPS, remain poorly understood. Experimental reconstructions, like those by Japan's Obeyoshi Corporation in the 1970s, struggled to match the Egyptians' precision using modern methods. Dr. Hassan reflected on the loss of tacit knowledge. The Egyptians' masons passed skills orally, leaving few records. Replicating their methods would require rediscovering these lost arts, a task as daunting as the pyramid itself. A breakthrough and a mystery. As the team analyzed the stone box's contents via microprobes, they found traces of copper and charcoal, suggesting tools or ritual items. The cavity's proximity to the big void hinted at a construction-related function, perhaps a storage niche for workers' equipment. Yet, its ceiling suggested deliberate preservation, possibly ceremonial. Dr. Hassan speculated it might hold a builder's record, like the inscriptions found in Sneferu's pyramids. Comparing notes with colleagues, she noted parallels with Mesoamerican pyramids, where offerings were buried during construction. The Pyramid of the Sun's tunnel held similar caches, linking structure to ritual. Whether the Great Pyramid was a tomb, a cosmic marker, or, improbably, a power plant, its construction reflected a civilization at its peak. As dawn broke over Giza, Dr. Hassan stood before the pyramid, its jagged core a shadow of its once smooth glory. The stones, hauled from distant quarries, whispered of a people who bent nature to their will. Whatever lay beneath, chambers, tools, or secrets, would take years to uncover. For now, the pyramid stood defiant, a puzzle no modern machine could fully unravel. The exploration of ancient pyramids, future discoveries and enduring mysteries. Dr. Amara Hassan stood at the edge of the Giza Plateau, the Great Pyramid silhouette stark against the dawn sky. The discovery of the sealed stone box near the Big Void had ignited global interest, but accessing it without harming the structure required technology not yet available. As her team packed their equipment, Dr. Hassan contemplated what future explorations might reveal about the pyramids, what these discoveries could mean for humanity, and why their true purpose remained so elusive. Future discoveries, unlocking the pyramid's secrets. By 2025, non-invasive technologies like muon tomography, ground-penetrating radar, and AI-driven imaging had transformed archaeology, allowing glimpses into the Great Pyramid's hidden spaces without breaking a single stone. Dr. Hassan's team had mapped the Big Void's contours, estimating it to be a 30-meter-long chamber or corridor, but its contents remained speculative. The stone box, containing copper fragments and charcoal, hinted at tools or ritual offerings, but its inaccessibility frustrated the team. Future advancements could change this. By 2030, Dr. Hassan envisioned microrobots, small enough to navigate the pyramid's narrow shafts, equipped with cameras and sensors to explore sealed spaces. Laser ablation spectroscopy might analyze materials in situ, revealing the box's contents without excavation. Such tools could confirm whether the Big Void is a structural feature, a ceremonial chamber, or a repository for records, perhaps papyri detailing construction or Khufu's reign. Beyond Giza, similar technologies could probe other pyramids. In Sudan's Meroe, unexcavated Nubian pyramids might yield royal artifacts, clarifying Kushite culture. In Mexico, tunnels beneath Teotihuacan's Pyramid of the Sun could reveal more about its ritual use. At Chichen Itza, deeper scans of El Castillo's inner pyramid might uncover additional chambers. Globally, these discoveries could map a shared architectural language, connecting ancient civilizations through their monumental ambitions. Dr. Hassan's team also considered the Giza Plateau subsurface. Anomalies detected in 2023 suggested possible tunnels or voids beneath the Sphinx and pyramids. Future geophysical surveys, using seismic imaging or electromagnetic mapping, might uncover a network of chambers, perhaps holding tools, offerings, or even lost texts like the fabled Hall of Records mentioned in ancient lore. While Egyptologists remain skeptical of such myths, Dr. Hassan noted that the Diary of Mia, discovered in 2013, proved that unexpected records could surface. What it means for humanity. If future discoveries confirm new chambers or artifacts, the implications would be profound. A papyrus or inscription detailing the Great Pyramid's construction could reveal logistical genius, settling debates about ramps, levers, or workforce size. Artifacts like tools or offerings might illuminate the Egyptian spiritual worldview, showing how pyramids bridged the mortal and divine. If the Big Void held ceremonial items, it could redefine the pyramid as a cosmic machine, aligning with theories of stellar or solar connections. Globally, parallel discoveries in Mesoamerica, Sudan, or Peru could reveal cultural exchanges or independent innovations. For instance, finding similar construction techniques in Carol's pyramids, circa 2600 BCE, might suggest a shared human impulse to build skyward, even without contact. Such findings would challenge Eurocentric views of history, emphasizing the sophistication of non-Western civilizations. For humanity, these discoveries would reshape our understanding of our past. They could inspire new technologies, as studying ancient precision has already influenced modern engineering. More broadly, they would remind us of our capacity to achieve the extraordinary with limited tools, urging reflection on how we allocate resources today. Dr. Hassan imagined schoolchildren in 2050 learning a richer history, one where pyramids symbolize not just power but ingenuity and resilience. Why we don't understand the true meaning of the pyramids. Despite centuries of study, the pyramid's full significance eludes us. The Great Pyramid's design, its alignment to cardinal points within 0.05 degrees, its use of pi in its proportions, and its enduring stability, suggests knowledge we can't fully replicate. While we attribute it to Khufu's tomb, the absence of his body and the presence of mysterious features like the Big Void challenge this narrative. Were pyramids solely funerary, or did they serve as observatories, calendars, or ritual engines? Our understanding is limited by lost context. The Egyptians left no blueprints. Their knowledge was oral, passed through generations and disrupted by invasions and time. Hieroglyphs mention rituals and pharaohs but not engineering details. Cultural bias also clouds our view. Modern scholars impose contemporary logic on ancient minds, missing their symbolic or spiritual frameworks. For example, the pyramid shafts, aligned with Orion and Sirius, might reflect a cosmology we no longer grasp, where architecture mirrored the heavens. Globally, this gap persists. The Maya's El Castillo encodes a solar calendar, but its deeper rituals are obscure. The Mosh-Huaca del Sol, stripped by colonizers, lost its cultural context. We analyze pyramids through science, geometry, materials, labor, but their builders likely saw them as metaphysical tools, a purpose we struggle to decode without their worldview. Dr. Hassan also considered speculative theories. Could pyramids reflect knowledge from a lost civilization, as some claim about Göbekli Tepe's builders? While evidence is thin, the precision of ancient structures worldwide suggests a sophistication we underestimate. Our inability to rebuild the Great Pyramid with identical methods, matching its alignment and scale without modern tools, underscores how much we've yet to learn. The story's end, or a new beginning. As Dr. Hassan's team prepared to leave Giza, they sealed their findings for a future expedition. The stone box, still unopened, awaited advanced robotics. Preliminary scans suggested it held a scroll-like object, possibly a record of the pyramid's purpose. Dr. Hassan imagined it describing not just construction but a vision of eternity, etched by hands that saw stone as a bridge to the gods. She shared her thoughts with colleagues studying global pyramids, from Meroe's steep tombs to Carol's ancient platforms. Each structure, though unique, shared a drive to transcend the ephemeral. The pyramids, she realized, were humanity's first attempt to speak to the future, a message we're still deciphering. As she boarded her flight, the Great Pyramid receded into the haze. Its true meaning, tomb, temple, or something beyond, remained elusive, a riddle for future generations. For Dr. Hassan, this was no failure but a call to keep searching. The pyramids, standing through millennia, dared humanity to uncover their secrets, reminding us that our past holds answers we've only begun to seek. The wild side. Theories and speculations. The exploration of ancient pyramids, alien theories and the enigma of perfection. Dr. Amara Hassan sat in her dimly lit tent on the Giza Plateau, the Great Pyramid's shadow stretching across the sand under the starlit sky. Her team's discovery of the sealed stone box near the Big Void had sparked intense debate, but as she reviewed the radar data, her thoughts wandered to the wilder fringes of pyramid speculation. Whispers of alien involvement, popularized in books, documentaries, and online forums, had long captivated the public. Though Dr. Hassan grounded her work in science, she couldn't ignore the allure of these theories, especially given the pyramid's uncanny precision and the sheer scale of its construction. What if the impossible aspects of the Great Pyramid pointed to something beyond human capability? The case for alien construction, fringe theories. The idea that extraterrestrials built or aided in constructing the pyramid stems from the belief that ancient humans lacked the technology to achieve such feats. Proponents like Erich von Daniken, in his 1968 book Chariots of the Gods, argue that the Great Pyramid's engineering, its precise alignment, massive stones, and mathematical sophistication, suggests intervention by advanced beings. Here are the key points of these theories. Unfathomable precision. The Great Pyramid, built around 2630 BCE, is aligned to true north with an accuracy of 0.05 degrees, a feat difficult even with modern tools. Its base is level to within 2.1 centimeters, and its sides incorporate the mathematical constant pi. The ratio of the perimeter to twice the height approximates pi. Alien theorists claim this precision required advanced surveying technology, possibly from extraterrestrial visitors who shared knowledge or directly intervened. Massive stones beyond human means. The pyramid's 2.3 million blocks include granite stones in the king's chamber weighing up to 50 tons, quarried 800 kilometers away in Aswan. Moving and lifting these without cranes or modern machinery seems implausible to some. Theorists suggest aliens used anti-gravity technology, acoustic levitation, or laser-like tools to cut and place stones with sub-millimeter precision, as evidenced by joints so tight a sheet of paper can't fit between them. Cosmic connections. The pyramid's shafts align with stars like Orion's Belt and Sirius, a fact mainstream scholars attribute to Egyptian cosmology. Alien theorists, however, see this as evidence of extraterrestrial design, suggesting the pyramid was a beacon or energy device communicating with or powered by celestial systems. Some claim the Giza pyramid's layout mirrors Orion's Belt, implying a galactic blueprint. Global pyramid phenomenon. Pyramids exist worldwide. In Mexico, Teotihuacan's Pyramid of the Sun, Peru, Carol's platforms, and Sudan, Meroes tombs. Alien theorists argue this global pattern reflects a shared extraterrestrial influence, with advanced beings teaching or building these structures across cultures. The similarities in form, despite no known contact between these civilizations, fuel speculation of a common alien source. The power plant hypothesis with an alien twist. Building on Christopher Dunn's theory, some claim the pyramid was a power generator, with aliens designing its granite chambers to harness electromagnetic or cosmic energy. The Big Void, detected in 2017, is sometimes interpreted as a resonance chamber or alien technology hub, far beyond Egyptian capabilities. Scientific counterarguments, grounding the speculation. Dr. Hassan, while intrigued, approached these claims with skepticism, rooted in archaeological evidence and scientific reasoning. Precision explained by human ingenuity. The Egyptians' alignment of the pyramid likely used simple astronomical observations, such as tracking the circumpolar stars with a plumb bob. Tools like copper chisels, dolerite hammers, and abrasive sand could achieve precise cuts, as demonstrated in experimental archaeology. The incorporation of pi may reflect practical geometry rather than cosmic knowledge, as the Egyptians used a wheel-based measurement system that naturally approximates pi. Moving massive stones. The transport of 50-ton granite blocks from Aswan is well documented. The Diary of Mir, a 4,500-year-old papyrus, describes barges moving limestone via the Nile, and similar methods likely apply to granite during flood season. Sledges, lubricated with water, and ramps, evidenced by a 2018 find at Hacknap Quarry, enabled workers to haul heavy stones. A workforce of 20,000 to 40,000, organized with military precision, made this feasible, as shown by the workers' village at Giza with its bakeries and medical facilities. Stellar alignments as cultural, not alien. The shaft alignments reflect Egyptian beliefs in the afterlife, with the king's soul ascending to the stars. Orion was associated with Osiris, and Sirius with Isis, tying the pyramid to religious cosmology. The Orion correlation theory, while evocative, oversimplifies Giza's layout, which includes non-astronomical features like the Sphinx and causeways. Global pyramids as convergent evolution. Pyramids worldwide likely arose independently due to their stable, stackable form. The stepped designs of Mesoamerican pyramids and the mud brick ziggurats of Mesopotamia differ from Egypt's smooth-sided structures, suggesting local innovation. No artifacts or texts indicate cross-cultural contact or alien intervention. Power plant debunked. The power plant theory lacks evidence. The granite's piezoelectric properties produce negligible energy, and no ancient texts or artifacts suggest technological use. The big void is more likely a structural space to reduce weight, akin to relieving chambers above the king's chamber. Dr. Hassan noted that alien theories often dismiss the Egyptians' documented skills, mathematics, astronomy, and logistics, while ignoring the cultural context of pyramids as tombs or temples. The absence of extraterrestrial artifacts, like non-native materials or advanced tools, further weakens these claims. The craziest alien theories, exploring the wild side. Beyond mainstream fringe ideas, some theories push into the fantastical, captivating online communities and speculative media. Ancient astronaut landing pad. Some claim the Giza Plateau was a landing site for alien spacecraft, with the pyramids serving as navigational beacons. The flat, polished casing stones, now mostly gone, are said to have reflected light or signals to guide ships. The big void might conceal alien technology, left behind after construction. Time-traveling aliens. A niche theory suggests aliens from the future, not another planet, built the pyramids to stabilize a timeline or encode warnings. The mathematical precision and durability of the structures are seen as messages to future humans, perhaps about cosmic events. Interdimensional builders. Esoteric theorists propose the pyramids were built by interdimensional beings who manipulated reality to place stones. The tight joints and massive blocks are attributed to matter manipulation, bypassing physical limitations. The big void might be a portal or energy nexus. Atlantis connection, linking pyramids to the mythical Atlantis. Some claim a lost civilization, guided by aliens, taught Egyptians their craft. The Sphinx's alleged water erosion, dated by some to 10,000 BCE, is cited as evidence of a pre-Egyptian, alien-influenced culture. Mainstream geologists, however, attribute the erosion to rainfall in Khafra's era, circa 2558 to 2532 BCE. These ideas, while imaginative, lack testable evidence. Dr. Hassan found them compelling as stories but cautioned that they often romanticize ancient cultures, implying they couldn't achieve greatness without external help. Dr. Hassan's reflection and a new find. As her team prepared to analyze the stone box's contents, a new radar anomaly emerged, a faint, cylindrical object within the box, possibly a metal tool or ceremonial item. Non-invasive scans couldn't identify it, but its shape didn't match known Egyptian artifacts. Could it be a fluke, a natural inclusion, or, against all odds, something unexplained? Dr. Hassan dismissed alien theories but admitted the object's oddity warranted further study. She reflected on the pyramid's global allure. From Mexico's step temples to Sudan's steep tombs, their perfection sparked wonder, fueling tales of gods and star beings. Yet, the real marvel was human, thousands laboring with copper and rope, aligning stones to the stars. The pyramid's true mystery wasn't alien but existential. Why did humanity, across continents, pour such effort into touching the divine? As the team packed, Dr. Hassan gazed at the Great Pyramid, its edges sharp against the dawn. The cylindrical object awaited future probes, perhaps holding answers or more questions. Aliens or not, the pyramids stood as proof of humanity's audacity, their straight edges and massive stones daring us to dream as big as those who built them. The end.